everyone, it's Liam's Lovely Scrappin', and I have a jumbo tag here that I altered using the Prima Almanac paper. I'm loving this paper, you guys, and I did break into it, and this is, I don't know, my third project that I've done so far with it. I absolutely love it. So anyways, this tag was inspired by Juliana, I Love Vintage Scrap, as well as Miss Liberty 25, Miranda. Wonderful ladies, you guys. They are crazy talented. I'm sure you all have seen their channel and watched their videos, but if you haven't, I will post a link to their channels below, so be sure to check them out if you haven't. So the size of this tag, this one here was the 8 inches by 4 inches. The ones I've done in the past were like the 8.5 by 4 1/8. So you can see it's a little bit bigger than this one, which I used for here. And then this is just to give you an idea how big it is compared to like a standard shipping tag. So pretty big. Love doing these, you guys, and it's been a while since I've done one, so I wanted to do it again. And now the base of this, before I pick it up and show you guys the base of it, the first thing I did was I did that technique I've done before in the past where this is what it looks like. You take the shipping tag, you dampen it slightly, or no, I didn't dampen it, sorry. I just crumpled it up, not too much, but just crumpled it up, then flattened it out with my hand, and then you take your, you know, your ink pad and you just rub it directly on there so that the ink touches the raised areas. So I did that on both sides, and then you spray it with you know, your shimmer mist of whatever you color you want, and then you put it in between parchment paper, and then you iron it out, and it dries it up pretty good and flattens it out. And then I do put it in between books just to make sure it stays nice and flat and let it dry completely. And then after that I went with my Tim Holtz distressing tool as well as my scissors, because it works pretty good because this is a thick manila material. So I went through with my Tim Holtz distress and scissors to distress the edges. And then what I did, if you guys can see, I did lots of layering of the Prima Almanac paper, and I did lots of layering, some there too. And then on the back you can see the design of the crumpled look. And then of course I went over with my brick mask and went over with some modeling paste to get some texture on there, and then I did that up here as well as down here. And then I put burlap trim in there, and then some black trim there. Added some of that awesome wire I got from Tina. I love it, Tina. Oh my goodness, I need more. I need to contact you and send you some money. Anyways, I love this stuff, you guys. It's so much fun. So I've got some there as well as here. For the top, I just tied some crochet black trim I got from my local, what do you call it, fabric store. And then I tied some seam binding. It was white, but I sprayed it with some Cape Cod coral as well as the honeysuckle coral, I think it's called, from Lindy Stamp Gang, to get that nice peach tone, and then tied some lace with that. I also punched, so normally the hole is here, so with all the layering I covered the hole so that I could make the eyelets there so that you can hang it, and I covered the hole on this side with just a cutout from the Prima collection, and then I just sort of whitewashed it to go with this and put gesso all over it and everything. And then I added a gear here and a Prima flower. Here I added some of that mesh material that kind of goes all through here and pokes out at the side here. I put a I Am Roses R21 here that I distressed or grunged up with some gesso. There's a button there. This is a little light bulb that I found at my thrift store. This is a chipboard tag from the Prima Almanac collection, and then I don't know if you guys can see it, sorry about the lighting, but there's a half of a gear poking out there. This is a canvas flower that I made. I had lots of fun with that, and it's quite dimensional, if you guys can see. And I painted it with my own mixture of acrylic paint to get that nice peach tone color, and then went over it with some gesso, and I added some of that mesh in the center, and then the button. Another one of the rolled book paper roses that I've been making, and then I've got an R21 flower here as well for my roses that I lightly sprayed with the Cape Cod coral, as well as some scintillating silver. And then as you guys can see, so when it's hanging, this chain, it flows nice and freely, as well as the chain that's in each one of these hangs nice and freely. And that used to be gold, but I alcohol inked it with silver alcohol ink. And then hiding in this corner here, I'm sorry about the lighting, it's so dimensional, and the lighting is coming from this angle. Let's see if I can do it this way. There's another gear underneath this chipboard, or not chipboard, but wood heart from Prima, and I just tied some string in there. This is a Tim Holtz trinket pin, and this one says Thoughts, and I just attached the chain to that, and then the chain is also attached to a jump ring that's hooked to the chicken wire. And then this is, of course, an ornate plate from Tim Holtz, and I typed up reflect from the computer and printed it off on cardstock. And then this piece that's over top of it, if you guys can see, it's kind of glossy. What I did was I did that magazine transparent or transfer. I don't know if you guys can see. So there's the transfer. So you take like a page of a magazine, you know, and you put your clear packing tape over top of it, and then you smooth it out really nicely, you put it in water, and then once it's the paper's soft enough, or in this case I just did it just enough time so that I can peel back this paper and use it still, so it's kind of like partial, so the writing is partially on here and still partially on the paper. And then anyway, one side is still sticky, so what I do is I put another piece of the packing tape on the other side so that it's just like an acetate piece. So I really love how that turned out, and I've done this before, and I put this on one of my plastic tag mini album pages and ironed it onto the plastic so that it was like, it was pretty cool and wrinkly looking. So anyways, you guys, I did that for to cover, instead of put glossy accent, I decided to put some of that over top, and it's kind of cool because it's just got this very faint backwards sort of a look of text in the back, and kind of like a reflection in a mirror. So I kind of like how that looked, and went with reflect and then the thoughts, so it's kind of like reflecting on thoughts and creativity, sort of related to scrapbooking or whatever. So I just thought that was kind of cool. And anyways, again, the layering there, some paper underneath that, and then I put I punched holes and put the eyelets in there, and then just tied some laces, and this is the seam binding that I colored with the Lindy Stamp Gang. And then with the chain, what I did was I put the chain coming out this end and then connecting to the other one and coming out that so that it's dangling. Did the same thing on this side, and then with the middle one I just hooked a piece of the chain link into the, hooked it into the lace and then closed it so that it hangs. And these won't move because I put glossy accent here and here so that these are adhered down to the paper, so they won't go anywhere. So I almost forgot, you guys, to spray it with the scintillating silver. So I had filmed most of it and then I just went and sprayed it quickly. So you guys won't be able to tell on camera really, but I just sprayed the whole tag really lightly with scintillating silver Lindy Stamp Gang, and it just gives it this gorgeous shimmer to it. So anyways, that's it. I hope you guys like it. I hope my friend likes it. So please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks everybody for watching, and thank you so much, Miranda and Juliana, for the inspiration. Love you girls. Take care everyone. Bye now.